Let's make some Christmas pudding, shall we? But this is very special because this is actually, Claire, your grandmother's recipe.
Great granny.
Your great granny's recipe.
Great granny, Kate Emmeline.
And look at this. It's the actual recipe that you still have. I think it's beautiful. The penmanship, we were just lamenting the fact that that doesn't happen anymore.
And all the measurements are weird, like it calls for a gill of rum.
Like, what's that?
I know. And then when you mix it all together, the instruction is tie in a sack and boil 5 hours.
5 hours?
In a sack!
In a sack!
What kind of a sack? Like, I don't. Anyway, listen, I love Christmas pudding, and you know, it's not like a pudding, it's more like a really moist Christmas cake.
Right.
And this is so traditional. This is Charles Dickens. This is your traditional British Christmas. And if you're at all put off by this and you had a bad one when you were growing up or something like that, make this one. Kate Emmeline's recipe, which we updated in the Chatelaine kitchen, of course, is really special.
Okay, good.
So good. And it's actually really easy.
Yeah.
So just eggs. Now, here's the key ingredient. Suet.
What is that?
So this is suet. Suet is solidified beef fat.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, right?
I wasn't expecting that.
Think about the olden times. Instead of using butter, which was expensive, if you had cattle, you probably had beef fat.
Oh.
And the secret is, beef fat is so good.
I'm sure it is. It's
now
fat.
Listen, don't
fat tastes
and
good.
I don't want you to think that this Christmas pudding tastes anything like a hamburger, because it does not. It does not. But the beef fat, it's like if you've ever had something like duck fat potatoes, it just gives a richness. And we tested this with butter. We tested it with shortening. No good.
It's not the same.
Do it. Get the suet. You can get it in the freezer section at the grocery store.
Yeah, do it. Get the suet. That rhymes. I like it.
I feel like I'm going to make a t-shirt.
So you can find suet.
Oh, you can find suet. It's a seasonal thing. It is everywhere.
All right.
This is just so easy. Everything just goes in the bowl. A little bit of flour.
Okay.
This is a lemon peel, which in my grandmother's notes, it says, I omit this.
She doesn't want that.
And I'm like, okay, my gosh, I don't know what to do. And then a little bit of milk, or if you happen to have something like stout beer, it's really nice. It gives the pudding a darker color.
Okay.
And that was, oh my gosh.
Was that your gill?
I don't know what that was. I don't know. Could you stir that?
Yeah, no problem.
Talk you quickly through how to make a steamed pudding. It's very old fashioned. Okay. This is a pudding bowl. Doesn't matter really what it's made of, as long as it's kind of this shape.
Okay.
And it's this big. It should hold about 6 cups of water if you need to test it.
All right.
We brush it really well with something like shortening, something really greasy, and then a nice layer of granulated sugar. This puppy is going to cook for several hours.
How many hours are we talking about?
I think it's 3 hours and 45 minutes, and we do it in the oven, so you don't have to worry about the sack.
Yeah.
So once that's all stirred together, you pop it in there, and then you do, this is the only other thing about pudding, is you do a little bit of parchment paper, and then you do a little bit of tin foil on top.
Because you're going to do the flip over.
You are, and you're going to tie this with twine, and then you're going to light it with brandy, and you're going to light it on fire. You're going to pour this brandy butter sauce over top. You're going to make homemade eggnog to go with it.
Look at that. The homemade eggnog on our website, city9.ca, like everything else you've done. Thank you, Grandma. Great Grandma. That's beautiful. Let's go to break. I love that you have